Taking a little break from the not so cheap build Bronco project today because I need to pay attention to my 2009 Rubicon here. Anyways, what am I doing today? Today I am going to put on a winch and I'm going to fix a leak on the headers on the driver's side, and then I'm going to, because the lift's going to bring the front down, check the alignment, make sure alignment is good, and then it drives straight. So those are the things I'm going to do today, and then I'll talk about it as we go along. So another not so cheap project. So real quick, I want to talk about, I title a lot of things not so cheap build, but most of them aren't. I really do try to be as cheap as possible, or frugal as possible, right, on my projects, not to forego safety. So starting off with the Rubicon, you already have good things going for you because if you're into Jeep things, the Rubicon already has the Dana 44 front, Dana 44 rear. Both have lockers already from the factory, and then you get your drivetrain, that's built for the Rubicon. Even though this has a 3.8 liter, it still can do a lot of things that normal open Jeeps can't do on the trail. So you add upon it and you get a better Jeep, in my opinion, such as a lift, bigger tires, a winch, and adjustable sway bars, better sway bar adjustables anyways. But those are things that you can do to make your Jeep better on the trails, and of course better on the road, and then of course aesthetics as well, right? But those, you add up the cost, it's not cheap, but you can take, the winch I'm putting in today, it's not worn, it's not something very expensive. They can go up to $3,000 if you wanted to. This is a budget winch that has a good reputation, pretty good horsepower, pretty good rating for pulling. Parts are available if you wanted to replace parts or if things go wrong with it. But there's good reviews on it, so that's what I'm going to put. Okay, check this out, guys. If you haven't checked out this winch called Rugcel, RUGCEL, with synthetic rope and a 13,500 pulling capacity. I think this is a 12 horsepower motor. It comes with everything you need to install it to the vehicle, and it also comes with a remote somewhere. A remote, right? So I think it's a good deal. It's under $500 in my opinion. That you can't go wrong with that. It's pretty much the old 9.5 Ti worn, in my opinion, dressed as a Rugcel, and we'll see if it lasts. I'll give you an update on it once I start using it, but for now it's gonna go in that vehicle, and that's what we have. All right, check this out, guys. I'm not, like I said, I'm not getting paid by this company to go, and talk about this winch, but I just want to brag about it a little bit because of the quality, in my opinion, of what you're getting if you're getting this winch. So it has the controller here, and you can mount it anywhere you want, but I'm going to mount it on the top right here. Synthetic wires, controller here, and I already talked about the remote. It comes two of these, and of course if it doesn't work, you can always use a cable remote. It comes with this, a fair lead, and what else? Of course, hardware. So I think it's a really good deal. I'm one of those people where I don't really care what people say. I'm not into brands. I'm into being frugal and getting my projects safe and on the road. Test fit, test fit. Let's see if the hole is lined up, at least. Oh yeah, sure does. Nice, nice, nice.
Are you filming that?
Yes.
Oh.
should have read the instructions before I started. No, actually, this is not. This is just a magazine. There's no instructions. What in the world? Where's the instructions, guys? Oh my God. Return. Nah, I'm just kidding. Wiring. Pretty easy. Color coded that and over here on the post. So red to red, yellow to yellow, and black to black. Ground or negative of the battery, positive of the battery. That's it. Install, done. Most difficult of this part is bolting into the bumper, and this is an XRC bumper with there's a quick disconnect here for the sway bar. There's another layer of metal back there. My fingers are like stuck to this position afterwards. Whew. Man, finally got it in. Anyway, if you only can see what I'm dealing with, sway bar disconnect. There's two bolts on this side and of course two on that side, which isn't bad, but pain in the butt. It's in. Let's wire it. Let's wire it up and then test it. Okay, a couple of corrections real quick. Like I mentioned before, the motor is 7.2 horsepower, not 12, which is still pretty good. The gear ratio is 236:1, really good. Length of the cable is 90 feet, and of course it'll pull 13,500 pounds, more than enough to pull that Jeep if I'm stuck, right? So I'll do more review later once I get out on the trail and test it and things like that, but I have a good feeling that it'll be a good winch, good enough for my purpose anyways. You know, the Jeep JK gets a bad rap for, I don't know, it depends on what car company you go with, I guess, right? Some people die hard Toyota, some people die hard Ford, but for me, a Jeep is the perfect 4x4. Why? Because it has not strayed away from its, you know, the basic concept of a hardcore wheeler, right? Front and rear, solid axles, and then in the case of the Rubicon already mentioned, it's got Dana 44. So it's pretty cool. Out of the factory, you can do that. Now, there's other issues that the Jeep have. I'm just so used to it, and I don't mind it. I fix it, right? I also have issues with Toyotas. I mean, some of my Toyotas, the timing belt, brakes, you know, things like that. So each company has their own thing going, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go fix the leak on the headers and then delete some codes. All right. Those of you that are JK owners, I don't know if you can see that, but someone's repaired this header that's on the driver's side before. Right here, they welded it, but it cracked again, and just normal. Don't get scared if you're gonna buy a JK that has an exhaust leak here, unless you don't know what you're doing, and of course you're gonna take it in, it's gonna cost you money, but you can actually replace this. But for now, because I don't have headers here, I'm going to weld on top of that weld and see how long that lasts, and then we'll replace it. But that's causing a code, I think it's 0402 or 0403, one of those. It talks about catalytic converter, but it's not, because fresh air gets through here or exits out of there. So the O2 sensor thinks there is a leak, of course. And there it is. Guys, I never tell you to do anything. Do what you gotta do on your projects. I weld because that's what I've been doing for years. I'm not a professional welder by trade, but I weld, and I'm not gonna show you how I weld because there are professionals out there that comment on my channel on how I should weld and how I shouldn't weld. I have not been stranded. I have not broken anything on the trail, so whatever I'm doing is working. So mind your own bees. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go weld that thing. There's a right way, a wrong way. I'm not telling you what that is. I'm doing my own thing. That's my fix for that. Okay? Well, took longer to set up than to weld it. I think it's done. I am not gonna go close because of the haters. But there it is. Okay, you got it. There's a proper procedure to weld cast iron, and sometimes I follow it, sometimes I don't. But I use a certain rod that can be used for cast iron. And of course, if you want to know what that is, or if you want to engage me in welding, just for a discussion point or maybe tips or whatever have you based on my experience, then shoot me an email. Right? Let's not talk about it here. But job's done. Delete the code. Should be good to go. Alright guys, so I guess I'll stop there for today. It's hot and I was able to fix a couple of things, you know, put the winch on and then fix the headers leak. Deleted the code, it didn't come back, so good to go for now. There are no other issues that I know of on this Jeep. It has 3.8 liter, but if I keep it long enough, hopefully on this channel I'll be able to record, you know what I mean, upload videos of me putting in either an LS or 5.3, 6.0 or a Hemi 5.3. I'm sorry, or a Hemi 5.7 or a 6.4 if I ever come across one of those. But you know, with the same idea that I don't want to spend too much money on it, right? You know what I mean? Not so budget perfect project, but not so cheap build, you know what I mean? But we will do that and then get it running. I love having Jeeps. I love the JKs, that's for sure. You know, the 4 doors. I know some people are into the 2 doors. I'm into the 4 doors because you can bring gear, you can bring family. Plus, I don't really have any hardcore off-roading here in Hawaii anyways, right? If I do go to hardcore four-wheeling, then I'll probably bring my Bronco with me. That one is locked front and rear as well. Heavy-duty axles, fuel injection, everything that you can think of. That's why I built it that way for off-roading. This right here, maybe going fishing, doing other things, and I'll for sure upload some of those videos in here on this channel as well, my adventures with the Rubicon JK. My daughter drives a 2013 Sport, and that one is a project in progress as well. It has a small lift, 33-inch tires, off-road rims. This one right here is really nice. I think I've done a walk-around video on this as well, but not to its current state. So maybe I'll follow that up with a walk-around video. Anyway, that's all I have for you this week. I hope you enjoyed that video. Stand by for my next update on the Bronco project. I'll probably be able to do that tomorrow or this weekend or something like that, right? But I'll for sure to upload the video. Anyway, you have a great day. Aloha.